Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing coming to you with another early morning video. I just got up, but I'm on winter break, so I don't want to waste a minute. So I'm still drinking my coffee, in fact. So today we're going to do part 2 of the It's a Fairy Tale Christmas mini journal ephemera. So today we're going to be only doing two little projects. One is going to be um, kind of a replication of a CD envelope with a window, but I wanted to do it as a flip down. So like one flap attaches to the top of the page, and then the other flaps would cascade down. Because this is a small journal, I could only do two envelopes. So I'm going to talk you through how I did that. Cutting the circles was a little rough because I actually had to unglue the sides of the envelope in order to get it into my die cut machine and all of that. But we'll talk about that as we go along. But I thought I would just go ahead and give you just a review of what we've done so far. In the previous video, we just did this little cute little paper clip. It's just taking tickets from the kit. This is from My Porch Prints Shabby Pink Christmas. And then just it'll just be able to clip on the side of a page that direction. This is our hidden journaling spot that I showed you how to do. So it pulls out like so. You can check out the previous video if you want to see that. This is a hidden disguise paper clip. So this is the back. I was able to cover up the metal, and then it's a paper clip that will clip on a page by that. And then it's got a little journaling card. And then this is our double envelope flips. So I used my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, and I made my own envelope using paper from the kit. This paper from Teal and Tattered Fairy Tale Christmas, excuse me. So it's just a flip that goes, this is going to go on a page, and we've got a double flip. Really sweet. So you can check that out also in the video. And then our last one, I did this off camera, but I did share it last time. It's just a little envelope tuck. So we've got a couple journaling cards in there, and then a little pocket. I haven't put anything in there yet, but I thought I'd just give you a little review in case you want to check that video out. So you can see I have my instruments out. So you know I don't do fiddly work, but so I did a lot of prep for this just so I wouldn't get all anxious about it. But we're going to do a little bit of beadwork. So let's go ahead and start with that because even though it's fiddly, it's the lesser of the complex of the it's the least complex of the two. So what I have here is I have these little ribbon clasps, and I had the little tiny ones, but I put them in a super safe place. So I was looking all over my studio last night and I cannot find them, so I need to figure out where I stashed them. That's always a mystery, but I'm going to use the big ones. So we're going to go ahead and make a little ribbon bookmark. This is way too long, but I thought we could just cut it down as we go. So it's got 3 different kinds of ribbon. That was upside down, sorry. This pink polka dot, a piece of lace that I trimmed off the sides, and then a piece of that kind of an organza ribbon. And then we're going to do the ribbon clasp at the top and the ribbon clasp at the bottom. I do need to grab the signature though, so I can see how tall it needs to be. Here we go. So this is one of the signatures, so we can kind of see the height. So it only needs to be, I like to have it hang on the top and the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and just cut this right here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's off camera, guys. Let me move this forward. I didn't move my camera close enough to the edge here. So we're going to go ahead and just trim that off right here. And then and I was debating on because again it's pretty fiddly, so I thought we could glue these pieces together to start with, and that might make our process a little easier. This is super hard to see because I'm working white on white. Let me grab something to work on here. How about that? Just a piece of paper from my bin. So I think we'll go ahead and glue these together to keep them lined up. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove these. This is the lace. So I'm going to take the ribbon and I'm going to put some Fabri-Tac on the whole bit here. Oh goodness, don't take it with you, Renee. Ah. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing well. Getting so close to Christmas. So fun. It's my first year that I've really haven't felt like hung up on a bunch of history stuff. You know, like family stuff and memory stuff and trauma stuff and all that. So it's really quite exciting to have that all reframed and feeling different about it. So I'm super excited about that. That's a little bit crooked. So I feel completely engaged with it, which is really awesome. So I'm not concerned about perfection here. I do need to grab a paper towel because my fingers are already getting sticky. There we go. Okay, so then we're going to glue the organza ribbon on top of that. And you certainly wouldn't have to glue it, but because this is my first time doing this actually on camera, I'm going to go ahead and just glue it. So there we go. Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I'm going to try to line it up. It's a little bit crooked here. Oh, move over. So this is going to kind of act like a bookmark dangle in the journal, in case I didn't say that before. And then let's get this over. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm just going to go ahead and press that. My paper towel. Awesome. Okay. So I do want to move this because I don't want anything sticking to it. So let me see if I can find something else to put underneath it again. This is just from my, these are kind of like failed prints and things like that. They're in my drawer, or things that just kind of got out of their home in my storage system here. So there we go. That's not really any easier to see, is it? Okay, we're just going to deal with this. So, so then what you want to do is, let's work on the dangle first because we're going to need to attach it to the top and bottom. So what I did off camera, just again prepping for this, is I selected some beads from my stash. These are the ones I picked, this little kind of crystal butterfly, and then some pink and white beads, and then these little gold circle ones. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you what I did here. So this is an eye, I think it's called an eye pin. So it has this little loop at the top. And basically what you do is you're going to feed your beads on like so. And then hopefully these didn't get out of order. I'm not sure if they did. Oh yeah, here we go. And then we've got our butterfly. I really like the eye pins because I don't have to deal with yeah, I haven't quite figured out the whole wire gauge thing and all that. It's just complicated. So I need to play around more with it, but I'll get it. So there we go. So they're all fed on there like so. And then I'm going to take my round pliers, and I'm hoping that I think I might need to cut that just a tad bit. Well, yeah, I'm not going to trim it. I'm just going to go with it. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to start turning. That's not working, is it? Okay, let's try this again. I haven't done it in a while. I have done these little dangles before, but not very much. So I'm just going to, I think I am going to trim that off. I think it's too long. So let me just cut a bit off. Be careful when you do this. You don't want this piece to end up on the floor and step on it or something. It would be bad news. There we go. So let's try that again. So I'm just going to put this on the end, and I'm going to turn And then you just keep turning like that, like so, until you've got a loop. Super easy, not complicated. Really, I mean, it's intimidating for me as everything new is, but it's not actually too bad. I need to straighten that out though. It's going sideways. There we go. So we will do this more on camera now that I'm feeling a little bit braver. So, oh, we got that open now. Close it. Close it. There we go. I know that there's a way to make it so that it's standing up more straight, but I need to go back and watch some other videos, but that is good enough for me. So there is our little dangle. So what we're going to do is I added 2 jump rings or split rings to the top of the top clasp, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the top. So I'm going to fold this over like so, because you want something really substantial to grab that. I like to have something substantial to grab that that clasp, the ribbon clasp. I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac here. You don't have to do that. I just like to do it. And then we're going to go ahead and put our little ribbon clasp on here. And then if you can get it actually on it, Renee. There we go. I'm going to press it, and then I'm going to use my pliers to, my whatever I've got here, and just clamp that down. Clamp that down. I made one of these for the, I believe it was the Yummy Christmas folio that I did, and I just adored it. I'm going to trim this off a little bit because it's kind of ugly back there. There we go. So that is the top. And so now we can go ahead and put our little dangle on here. So I'm going to open up one of the jump rings here. And you just use your pliers and find where the opening is, and then you turn it towards you. You don't want to pull it out like this. You want to pull it towards you just to open that up a little bit. Can you see that? And then we're going to go ahead and stick our little dangle on. And I want it to go on the end that is solid, part of the head pin. There we go. So that is that. So we've got this cute little dangle that's going to hang over the edge of the page. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom one on, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. Not sure why I don't have my Fabri-Tac sitting in my little bottle there. Makes it easier to use it. There we go. So we're just going to put that in the center. Fingers aren't working very well. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just clamp that really quick. Like so. I got these ribbon things from Amazon. I will link it in the supply list over on the blog. So there is our little dangle. It's going to be so adorable. So in the journal, it's going to look like this. So let's just say this is our page that we're going to put it on. It just goes right here. It's a little bit long, but that's okay. It's a nice addition to the journal. So it's going to go like that. Hangs off the top and then down on the bottom. It's a little bit long, but I'm not concerned about it. I may decide to trim that up. I don't know how I left it so long. It's really long. So I'm just going to set that aside for now, and then just paper clip this back up so I don't lose track. Put these supplies away. Take a drink of coffee because I'm on my first cup. We had a substitute teacher last year at Christmas time, and she bought me this cup called Create Your Own Sunshine, and it's like handmade. I don't think she made it, but it's handmade, so it's irregular. I love it. It's my favorite cup. So the second thing we're going to do is the thing I was just talking about, which is this idea of a flip, not a flip out, but a flip down, kind of a CD envelope kind of idea. So I've got so many bits here, so I'm going to try to keep this straight. So this is going to go, this is the front, this is the front, and this is the front. And so there we go, there's that. And then let me, because I want to show you the construction here. And then this is the back pieces. I'm going to put them on the other side of myself. Hopefully I will be able to keep this straight. You know me, it gets a little bit tricky. So I will say on this, I did print the kit. I printed all the papers I wanted to use on 20-pound paper for this project because I didn't want to bulk it up too much more than it already was going to be. So we've got here, this is the top for the flap, and then this is going to flip down like so. You see that? And then what I did is I took my, as I mentioned, I have these little envelopes. They measure about 3¼ so 3¼ by 3¼ and so I had to unglue the sides in order to get them into my die cutting machine to cut the circles. This was an accident. When I cut the paper, I ran it through the die cut machine again and to cut the circle in the digital paper, I used the wrong die, but I actually kind of like the look, so we'll be inking that up and making it a little bit more grungy. And so let's just take these pieces off. I'm so challenged in these things. So it looks like I didn't re-glue this closed, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So, so the way this is going to work is I made a little note here that this is the over the top part. So this is going to go over the top of the page, and it is just the right size for the journal. So that's going to be perfect. You could also just do this with scrapbook paper. You would just take a longer piece of paper, and then you could add a little bit on the side so that you had something to fold over to reinforce the edges. Cut your circle and fold this over and you've got your flap. So I just have these envelopes, so I wanted to use them. So the way this is going to work is that's going to go like that, and then all that's going to be covered up. So let's go ahead and glue. I think this one's already glued, so that one's glued. Let's glue this one. So I'm going to glue it on this edge. I'm having my openings on the right. I realized I didn't make any journal cards for this. I meant to do that before I went to bed last night. I'll have to do that off camera and show you in the next video and in the close-up photos. So there we go. There we've got some glue in there. I'm just gonna do that here really quick. Come on. We definitely want that to hold. So did I just not get enough in there? I wasn't very generous, so let me try that again. Okay. So we can start by putting our papers on. So this was the back top flip. So we're going to go ahead and turn this over. This paper is directional. It has little Christmas trees and stuff, so we're going to go ahead and put that on. Actually, I need to do my inking. I forgot to do that. I was a little tired last night when I was putting this together, so I just thought I would come back to this step. So I will cut that out of the video. Okay, so last piece getting inked here. Paper's really thin. I have a piece of thick chipboard that I usually have here at my desk so that when it's a thin paper, I can kind of put it on the edge and ink that up a little bit easier. So, but it's not here right now. Definitely need to drink more of my coffee. I'm pretty shaky this morning. So happy to be on winter break. I just feel so energized. House is going to get busy on Friday, though. We live in a 1,200 square foot house, and we're going to have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 adults and 7 children. So I think that's right. I have 3 children. They have spouses or significant others. And then there are 7 children and my sister and her friend. So it's going to be crazy. There we go. So that turned out nice. I love that. Awesome. So that is the front and that is the back. And we're going to go ahead and put the flap on as well. There we go. So that is that. So let's go ahead and set that aside. And before we put the back on, oh shoot. That was what I was supposed to do. Doggone it. I'm going to have to get another piece and double that up. So, goodness gracious. Let me pause the video real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I found a new piece and cut it down. I'm just inking that really quick. And then we're going to pause here because what needs to happen here in order for this to work is we need to attach this envelope first. So it needs to attach with the flap there. So that was my error there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here. I totally intend to do this with the actual CD envelopes maybe on my next journal. I'm going to do another winter journal, I believe. There we go. So this is going to go on here. Actually, let me just turn that. Make sure I have this right. Yes. I'm so backwards, guys. Forgive me. Just going to give that a press. Turn it over and do the same here. Making sure that this is going to flip up very nicely, which it is. Perfect. So easy fix, guys. So don't get attached to your paper because we're losing this paper now. So let's go ahead and glue this on here. Oh goodness. So this is going to flip up like this. So we want the back piece to go. So it's going to go like this. So we're going to go ahead and do the back of the bottom flip. And we're going to make sure that that paper is directionally set. So this is the paper that's going on the back. And we've got our little Santa. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. I'm going to open that up, not move anything else. So it's going to be opposite direction as this because it's folding or flipping up. So okay. So again, it's going to go opposite. I have to turn it back around because you know me. I don't want to do it wrong. So it's going like that. So we're going to go ahead and put it on here like so. There we go. This is so great. I actually thought of this myself. There's not very many ideas that are very original for me. I get a lot of inspiration from other creators. But I was actually dreamt about this. Like, wouldn't it be cool to use those CD pockets as like a double, triple, even a quadruple flip? If you used thin paper, you could totally do that. So that is going to fold up like that, and that is a little bit crooked. So let's go ahead and just trim it. Oh, don't forget to ink this, Renee. Is that what you were saying, guys? You were probably shouting. You were probably actually shouting at the point where I was putting that paper on before I actually attached the other envelope. You get me, right? It's not perfect, but it's okay. And you probably noticed I didn't ink up the edge of this circle, and I wasn't too concerned about that because we've got this dark interior here, so I think it's going to be fine. So that is that. So it's going to flip up like that. So let's do our embellishing. So which was which? I don't know. I know this was on the back, one of the back pieces, and this was on a back piece. So let's just start putting this on. This is a piece of handmade paper from my neighbor. I just thought it looked really cool with this. I don't have very much of it left, so I'm so excited to be able to hopefully do that with her this summer. She lives behind me. She's an older retired, I think I want to go down here, an older retired teacher from Battleground School District here in Battleground, Washington. And then we're going to go ahead and put that lace on top. Really fun lady. I don't see her very often. They live behind us, but we all live on property. We only have an acre, but they have a lot more, and they're kind of set behind us. But really nice people. She has so much stuff. Once in a while I'll go over and she'll be just like, what do you need? Like, and then I try to be like not greedy and just pick a little bit of stuff because I don't want to be that person, you know. It's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm not a huge Santa fan, as Santa is concurrently understood and kind of celebrated, but I do like the idea of the origins of Santa was, you know, I mean, he was a caring man who gave freely to the needy and to the children, and I love that. I love that heart. So there we go. We have that, and then I realized I did not select anything for in here. I don't really think it needs anything. I might come back and put something within. These are really crooked. Oh my goodness. That's really crooked. That's okay. Embrace imperfection. So then this is going to glue on the flat on the top of the page. So I'm going to just think about how this is going to go. So that directionally it's going to go this way. So we've got a little cluster here and another piece of lace. So just some other fun ways to jazz up your flips and pockets and things like that. Just that's my favorite part of junk journaling and handmade journals. I hope to get to the point where I actually can do a junk journal. Like, I don't have a lot of ephemera. I have, you know, original vintage ephemera and junk. I have, like, you know, envelopes and things like that, but I don't really have true junk. So I'm looking forward to collecting as I go along, because I really love the idea of using true vintage stuff as well as using true trash. So I might even do kind of a trash, how to transform trash to, you know, beautiful, like beauty from ashes kind of thing. So there we go. So we're directionally good there. That's hanging over a little more than I like. That's better. Okay, now it's crooked, but I guess you can't have it all, right? So while I'm finishing up here, I'll talk about this giveaway. So as I mentioned in the first video, this giveaway is just available to people in the United States this time. I need to get caught up with my Canada shipping because the last 3 people that have won the drawings have been from Canada, and it's more complex to ship. It's more expensive, but it's also just more complex. You have to be more selective about your packaging in order to kind of cut down on the expense of the shipping. So you need to be a public subscriber. You need to like the video, leave a meaningful comment, including why you would or that you want to be part of the drawing. And this drawing, I'm not sure when it's going to happen because I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to do. So I'm off for 2 weeks. So I may be doing videos each day this week. This is Christmas week. Today is Tuesday the 21st. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll announce when I'm going to actually do the drawing a little bit closer to the end. So I have to get rid of this. And I do apologize for having to omit the Canadian people because I love you guys. I just have to be thinking about that because it's expensive and I'm doing a lot. I mean, I'm pretty much right now giving away everything I'm making, which I love, but I just need to be able to control it a little bit more. So let's just take a look at this one more time. So it's going to go over the page here. It's going to flip up and then, so that's weird. Oh, that's okay. I guess a person would take it out. Oh goodness. So off camera, I will create some journal bits to put in there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.